It's so funny.
It is so
just
funny.
Bang, 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 one right after another with the jokes. The characters are hilarious.
And it's where being a caricature really works for them, but they also do feel really real.
Yeah.
And
I know these idiots.
Yeah.
Welcome to The Dive, the official podcast of Wavestream Media. I'm Mark.
And I'm Cece. We're the founders of Wavestream. And this is where we slow down, talk it out, and dive into the stuff that deserves a little more airtime.
One topic, one story, or one person per episode. Whether it's something we're building, something we're questioning, or something we just can't stop thinking about.
Let's dive in.
Well, Cece, we reached out to some of our friends, all of our, 6, 12, however many people it is who listen to the podcast.
Hey, give us some credit. But
we got a lot of fans. I'll tell you what.
We have to give them a name, too.
I'm going to shout out all 6 people who listen to our podcast on the RSS feed.
Yeah,
Y'all
we're not very
ones.
popular on audio as much as we have been on video, too. But
I think people just like to look at us.
What can I say?
The videos must be good.
Good taste, yeah. But we need to give them a name. What should we call them? Divers. I feel like that's obvious.
I think you just call them the school because it's like they're fish who swim with
cute.
us.
I like that. But yeah, we asked some of our friends what we should talk about. We were getting some episode ideas, and everything that we got was a tier list.
Yeah.
So
people really like tier lists.
They're fun.
To me, it makes a lot of sense, but I ingest a lot of content where people are doing tier lists and it's like stuff for like games, right? And so it makes sense. It's like which character is the best, or like which, we did a kill team tier list just the other day, and it's like which teams are the best and who are the worst, right? And so that's all fun, and I like doing it. It's an interesting thought exercise, but I do think that there is something wonderful about just like putting random things on like the list from top to bottom.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's just fun to feel very impassioned about your opinion, and maybe people need guidance. Maybe they don't know what's the best and they need somebody to tell them. We can certainly do that.
Yeah. Well, what are we going to talk about today?
So we're combining a couple of ideas. We decided we wanted to talk some about like media, maybe do some type of hot take around it. And one of my hot takes involves sitcom specifically. And then somebody suggested that we should do a sitcom tier list. I was like, that's a good idea. It's kind of on track with what we were doing. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah. And it's funny because like we were going to talk more just like about TV in general. I don't even watch like a whole lot of TV, but like I've definitely watched a lot of these sitcoms over the years.
Yes. I think that this is going to be interesting because I think that the shelf life of the popularity, like peak popularity of the sitcom is shorter. And I think that we are just far enough apart in age that some of these that I might not know, you're going to be more likely to remember and vice versa. Yeah. I think that we have a good time span that we can cover.
Let me ask you this. How many of these, like, I don't know how many shows we have on the list here, but what do you think is going to be the number that neither of us has a strong opinion on?
I don't know. Maybe 5 or 6. I think
so. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. The rest, there are a couple of here I don't really recognize. There's some that I'm familiar with, some that I love. So when we do tier lists on the Wavestream podcast, I really like to level set. And so what I like to do is we need to put somebody at the top in S tier. We need to put somebody down in D tier. Then we need to put somebody right in the middle. For the very beginning?
Yeah. And so I'm gonna give you the first pick. Out of some of these sitcoms that we have on the board here, who are you going to put at the top of S tier?
I think it has to be The Office.
The Office. I think that a lot of people would have a hard time arguing with that.
Yeah, I think that it's just all around. I think the thing about The Office is it established so many features that became like the mockumentary single cam sitcom style. So much of it came from The Office, whether it be the UK or the US version. Like they really pioneered a lot of things that made that genre style like really funny.
Absolutely.
And I've been actually rewatching it some recently, which is probably why I had this idea. Because it still holds up. It's just so ridiculous and relatable and it feels normal in a way that I think is why people really like it.
And that's, I think, the funniest thing about the show is like that juxtaposition of like the very normal things that happen with just like these absolutely outlandish characters, you know, like making mountains out of anthills, as they like to say.
Absolutely.
For me, like I would put The Office in A tier, but I'm not going to argue that it's not an S tier. I think it's just, for me personally, sometimes it's a little bit too cringe.
I think it's definitely true, but I like that about it.
Yeah, I mean, I recognize that I'm wrong for that.
No,
and so I'm okay.
Maybe.
I'm okay with it being in the S tier. And I think we have to take a moment here to like, you know, what do you have like a favorite like moment, a favorite bit from The Office?
Oh, I don't know.
There's so many good ones.
Good. Yeah, there are so many good.
I really liked the fire drill. That is hilarious.
The fire drill
back on that one.
is good. It's like, this is a real fire. He burns down the place. Ryan started the fire. That one is also a really funny episode. There are a couple of good fire related ones. There's also a specific moment from the episode where Jim and Pam get married that is so small, but it just makes me laugh like so hard. Well, let me back that up. The Chili's episode is probably my favorite. The Dundee Awards at the Chili's. Yeah. That's a great one. But there's a specific part where Kevin is at the hotel for Jim and Pam's wedding. And I guess he left his shoes out to be cleaned. And they were like so severely like disgusting that they threw them away. And he spends the rest of the episode, he wears 2 tissue boxes of shoes. And it's just like, the way that you keep it up for the rest of the episode, like he really is shoeless. He's dancing at the wedding. That way, it's just, I think that's like the way that they take small bits and keep it going throughout. And like, you don't even notice it. It just feels normal.
I you know, it's hard to hate on any of these things. So like putting somebody down at the bottom is going to be difficult here.
I think I could probably put one at the bottom.
You got one?
Yeah, I don't like Roseanne.
Yeah, it's kind of milquetoast.
Yeah, I think it's not very good. I also have another one. This was my unpopular opinion that I think belongs at the bottom, but I think people would disagree with me.
Roseanne or something different?
Something different.
Well, what do you got?
Friends. I hate Friends.
Oh, no. I 100% agree. Friends is also very milquetoast.
It's like so, and the thing is like, I feel like every girly, more specifically around my age, went through a phase like where Friends really had a resurgence and they were like, we love Friends. Like everybody was obsessed with that show.
Yeah.
And it's just not that funny or good. I'm going to say it.
No, I mean,
it has like its moments.
Situational comedy. That's sitcom, right? And just, it just doesn't feel like a lot of funny things happen.
I don't know what happens, honestly. I watched it. This is coming from somebody who watched the whole thing.
It's about feelings.
That's not what I want. I want to giggle.
Exactly. I mean, I think that this is, you know, I'm going to put it down there. I'm a hater. I agree. And we can certainly try and find somebody else as a worse competitor here. But no, I think that I'm so happy with that. I'm so glad I didn't have to argue over that one too. I'm just glad we're on the same page. And, you know, I'm sure that there are like, I think that the characters have like charming moments for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think you could say that about any show that we have here. I think there's probably a moment where everything is charming, but I think that it's just boring and it's incredibly overrated for what it is.
Oof. Somebody properly rated, somebody who is just like right in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and put Malcolm in the middle. In the middle. I think that
feels very appropriate.
It makes a lot of sense. But ultimately, it's not a show that I've watched like a ton of. I've seen a lot of the clips from it. Like I see clips for it all the time. And I mean, look, you got to look at like, you know, Bryan Cranston in that show is hilarious.
I don't think I knew that was him until after I had already seen Breaking Bad. And then I think I saw they're bringing back Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
And I saw it was him. I was like, no freaking way. That man can do anything. I love him.
No, he's a dynamo.
Yeah. I'll believe anything he says.
Well, I think the thing that makes me want to put it here in the middle is that I think that it's funny. I think
that's a good start.
I think for me, some of the characters feel like a little exaggerated. Like I really like Bryan Cranston and I think he's funny, but I also think that his character is like too much of a caricature. Mm-hmm. Like I think
that's very easy to do in a sitcom. I accidentally push it a little bit too far.
Exactly.
It becomes, like, unreal.
I mean, I think that's really it. I think that it's just like not a lot of people talk about it. And so it's not really a part of like the cultural like lexicon in the same way as some of these other shows are.
I agree. And now that we have a basis, if we want to go in order, speaking of some that aren't in my cultural lexicon, the Wyans Bros, I've never seen or heard of this show in my life.
Yeah.
So I feel like it gets a B because I can't rate it because I truly have no clue what's going on.
Yeah, I cannot say a good or bad thing about it. So it has to go.
Me neither. So it has to go right in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here, bros.
Will and Grace is a show that I also don't really know much about. Is that one that you've got?
This is a show that my mom had on
a
fair amount when I was a kid. And I remember vaguely some of it, but I think I was too young for peak Will and Grace era.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like culturally, it was pretty innovative for what it was.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I mean, wasn't it like, maybe I'm misremembering it, but doesn't it have, like queer characters in it as well?
It does.
And it was
like
a
early 2000s.
It was a really popular show when it was, having its heyday. And so like, I like that it's pushing the envelope.
Yeah, but I still think it has to go in B because neither of us know that much about it. Like, could you tell me a single plot from Will and Grace?
No.
Me neither.
I mean, do we need to have like a separate tier for shows we don't know?
I don't even know how to do that. Can I do that?
Crushing it.
Okay. Will and Grace. There you go.
30 Rock is a show that I liked a lot.
I had a feeling that you would like this one. I think this was just slightly before my time.
Yeah, and I didn't really watch it when it was coming out. Like this was, kind of a contemporary of The Office. I think that the writing was just really, really like funny and like fast paced.
Think about the people who were on it. Of course it was. Yeah.
Absolutely. And like the humor was like just so perfectly dry for me. I don't know if I want to put it in S tier. Like to me, it feels like it's probably top of A for now. Maybe it gets bumped around a little bit, but
I think that's fair.
I liked the characters a lot. I think about like the bits from that show all the time. Like, the I can never remember. Is Tracy Jordan the character or the actor?
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure Tracy Morgan is the actor and Tracy Jordan is the character.
Tracy Morgan is a real person. Yes. So then he would be Tracy Jordan.
I love that one bit where it's just like him and all of his friends are like out to brunch and he's like, do you have apple juice? And the waiter's like, no. He's like, well, then I'll have a vodka tonic. And it's like, damn, he gets it.
Me? I can relate. Me when I try to be good.
Yeah.
The world won't let me.
Mm-hmm. I think the ending was good. I don't think when I was watching it, it felt like there was a bad episode.
No, I think I haven't seen all of 30 Rock, but I remember when I watched it that I did never feel like this one's kind of not hitting. Because sometimes if a sitcom episode is good, because you really don't need to know. That's one of the beauties of sitcoms. You don't need to know what happened in the last episode to watch the next one. I think some of The Office, like you kind of do, but not really. Like some of those more personal shows. But like if you skip it, you'll figure it out.
I like the way that it works where there's generally kind of like an overarching like storyline in the season, but each episode is its own sort of individual thing.
Yeah. I think that because of that, though, if an episode is like going really slow, I will skip it sometimes. I never feel compelled to finish anything. So I will just skip it.
I was thinking about this when we were trying to think about hot takes. And it's like, I love like 30-minute TV so much more than hour-long TV.
I think they feel different to me. Like I'll turn on 30-minute TV like while I'm working. Like my favorite thing to have on in the background while I'm doing other things is Bob's Burgers. I freaking love that show. Yeah. I've probably seen every episode of Bob's Burgers at this point 8 or 9 times because I'll just work it through the entire show. But for when I'm like, okay, I want to sit down and watch TV, I think I do want it to be longer. I'm going to say it. I think if I'm doing it, I want it to feel like an event. 30 minutes doesn't feel like enough of an event.
Yeah, no, I get that. And I mean, it doesn't leave as much time for like things to develop in an episode. It kind of has to go over multiple episodes to really like get like a full sort of like, movement forward for a character or something like that.
Yeah, but now I think that because everything is streamed, 30-minute TV is actually a 30-minute episode, not a
24
minute episode like it is for a lot of these shows if you try to watch them now.
I was having a hard time thinking about why 30 Rock wouldn't be in the S tier, but like To me, Arrested Development is S tier.
Oh, agree.
It's so funny.
It is so just funny.
Bang, 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 one right after another with the jokes. The characters are hilarious.
And it's where being a caricature really works for them, but they also do feel really real.
Yeah.
And
I know these idiots.
Yeah. And all of the jokes that they make are so, like, they feel so honest and, like, not even like they're a joke. Like, they're
they say all of them with such a straight face. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I just love how each joke is like a running joke, and like they have jokes that have been running since like the first
the very
season.
Beginning.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Like one thing that I'm looking at these two next to each other, like I don't think there's a bad episode of 30 Rock. I do think that some of like the Netflix episodes, like once Netflix took over Arrested Development,
yeah,
it's not as good.
It
changes. And I mean, of course, everybody's like gotten older. There's like a big gap in between when they did their initial wrap and Netflix picked it back up. But I mean, the peak of Arrested Development is just so peak that
it takes it up to the top. I think people were so excited for it to come back, like when Netflix was like, okay, we're bringing it back. But I don't know. Do you think it's one of those times where they should have just left it alone? Or do you think, I mean, I felt like they kind of had to wrap it up somehow.
I liked a lot of, so I think I've only watched the first of the Netflix seasons of, because I think there's multiple of them now. And there was a lot of stuff that I did like in that. I do think that there was enough loose ends where it made a lot of sense to like do more of it and tie it up. I think that either timeline could have been good. If it was over when it was over, I think that would have been fine. I think that they've done good work with it when I've really like locked in. Like the end of the first Netflix season like sets up such a crazy conflict, and I was like, wow, this is awesome.
We got to figure out what happens next.
And it was so funny because it was a conflict that could have happened the whole time. And so like I'm just going to spoil it because this has been out for like a decade at this point.
I've seen it as well.
Yeah, so like at the end of that first Netflix series, Michael Cera, who plays Jason, what's his name?
I don't remember either. I haven't seen it in a while. Michael.
So it's George Michael George Michael is Michael Cera's character, and then Michael is Jason Bateman.
Yes, correct.
So like those two characters are father and son, and like they have the same romantic interest at the end of that Netflix season.
Which is crazy.
But like that's happened before in the show. Like Michael dates George Michael's teacher at one point because he thought that he looked up to her as like a mother figure, and ultimately no, he had a crush on her.
Yeah, it's funny to bring it back again.
Yeah.
The people keep making the same mistakes.
Speaking of mistakes, what's your take on the Big Bang Theory?
Honestly, I think it has a place. I think it certainly has a place, and some of it is cute and funny. You really can turn on the Big Bang Theory and not think at all.
I mean, I think its place is down at the bottom, but I also don't think it's so terrible. I think I'm a hater. I think
everyone hates the Big Bang Theory. I don't think you're alone in that. I think that I just am one person who will give it a little bit of a chance. I'll be honest.
And I remember when it was first coming out, like I would watch some of it with my mom and I liked it. But ultimately, as a nerd, I don't like the way that it treats nerds.
See, I'm so endeared to some of them because I'm like, Sheldon seems so sweet and misunderstood.
Yeah.
I just like him. But I did watch a lot of Young Sheldon. And now they did another spinoff of that about
Younger Sheldon?
No, it's like his older sister, George. What is it? George and Mandy's? I can't remember what the show is called. His older brother's first marriage with his wife.
This is so complicated.
It is.
We're getting into like the a side character's in-laws as like the spinoff. I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's so crazy.
Honestly, I think they only did it because the person who played his brother in Young Sheldon was like so charming and fun. Sheldon is supposed to be from Texas in all three of the shows.
Yeah.
And so his brother, the person who they cast to be his brother, is like from Texas. He's got the most adorable Southern accent. He's young, like early 20s or something like that. But when you watch him on the show and you watch him like on his TikTok account, it's the exact same guy. Like they brought this guy in to just play himself. And I think that everybody was so charmed by that. They're like, we have to give him his own show. And Emily Osment is his wife.
Who?
From Hannah Montana. The best friend from Hannah Montana.
Something that you're going to learn through the course of this is like, I don't know actors and actresses.
Do you know Hannah Montana?
I know who that is.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the people on that show.
Oh, that's crazy. Well, the best friend from Hannah Montana is his wife on the show.
When back in my day, the shows I watched on the Disney Channel was Kim Possible and That's So Raven.
Yeah,
that was my jam.
I didn't ever get to the end of Hannah Montana. I think I tapped out by then, but I did watch That's So Raven, and I did watch Lizzie McGuire.
Oh, I like that too. I would put That's So Raven in the S tier. Kim Possible in the S tier.
I would too. I put The Big Bang Theory. We can put it in C if that makes you feel good.
That does make me feel good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Even though,
where would you put it? Would you put it in B?
I'd put it in B.
Okay.
But we'll put it in C for right now.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a show that I've not really watched, but I think I would really like it.
I have to agree. I think it has to go in unknown because I haven't really watched it either.
I like all of the clips that I've seen from it.
Same.
I like that there's a
all
corgi
of the
in
lead actors. I feel like I enjoy them and other stuff. I feel like I would enjoy it too.
Oh yeah, like Terry Crews is in that, right? I love Terry Crews.
I like who is it? The guy he's on an SNL too, isn't
Andy
he?
Samberg?
Yeah, I like Andy Samberg.
Yeah, me too.
So I feel like it's probably great. But to the pink you go.
Is Community going in the pink? Is that a show that you've watched?
I've watched some of Community. I watched some of Community many moons ago. Community is the one that Childish Gambino's on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's at a certain point, I feel like the single cams, Community, The Office, Parks and Rec, like they all kind of start to blend together a little bit.
Fair.
In terms of how they function, because it really is the same
It's a very
thing.
similar style of comedy.
But as somebody who's seen parts of Community and is in night school, I feel like I want to put it in B.
It's a very well-liked show.
Yeah. And I've seen, from what I saw, I liked it, but I don't have enough of an opinion that I can put it higher up.
No, I think that makes sense. That's a good call.
But I do love Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
Girl, drop it like the NASDAQ.
Danny Glover?
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover? That's the thing is like
Glover.
So for me, it was like before he was Childish Gambino, like he was like in YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Like Derek Comedy or
he
something like that.
He can do literally anything.
It's
the
so
man
crazy.
can do anything in the world.
Yeah.
And I love that about him. I'm obsessed with him.
To me, it's like that sort of, it's like a Pokemon evolution from like YouTube, like performer to like, actor to like rap star.
I love people who can just do anything that they decide they want to do.
And
I'm obsessed with him.
It's absolutely him to a T.
Yeah, talent is an incredible thing. All right, Curb Your Enthusiasm. Speaking of talent, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched a lot of it, but it's really funny.
It is.
It's just a gut buster.
Larry David is hilarious.
Absolutely.
There's nothing that Larry David has been a part of that isn't hysterically funny to watch.
I agree.
So I feel like I haven't seen all of it either, but I feel like it has to go in Ezra because it's just so good.
Yeah, I think so too. I think since neither of us are like such like big consumers of it, it's top of A right now. I'd put it above 30 Rock.
I would too. I think his humor, his style of humor aligns more, I think, with my sense of humor.
I think so too. Like I really like that dry, sarcastic kind of humor.
Yeah, me too.
Just people getting into like just, oh man, digging their own grave.
Yeah, I love situations too where like you see how flawed the person is and they believe that they're right, but it's obvious that they're wrong. I feel like his characters get into a lot of those. And a lot of the characters in that show are not very good people either. And I like that about it too.
I want to jump ahead a little bit then because that's how I think of It's Always Sunny. It's like,
yes,
it's just,
they are all bad people.
It's horribly horrible people doing things horribly.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
It is.
But it's
so fun. I think the one thing, like, I think a lot of people would probably put It's Always Sunny in S. To me, it's like an A tier.
Okay.
And the reason is because every single episode just evolves into everybody shouting at each other.
It does.
That triggers me somehow. Like, I just get so uncomfortable when that happens.
That's fair. I think that's a very fair critique because they do fight with each other
constantly.
Quite a bit. Yeah, pretty much every episode is some sort of argument.
But the running jokes are just so good. They've done such a good job of like just keeping, like planting the seed early and just like letting it, when it's harvested, it's just so funny.
Yeah, and something that I really did not know is that it is still running.
Yeah, no, it's it's still going.
I remember watching it when I was a teenager, and I had no idea. Me, almost 30 now, I can say that, and it's still on. It's been going for 17 seasons. That has to tell you that it's
Jesus
good.
Christ.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So I'll put it. You want to say? We're saying A. Where
it's got to
an
go
A?
above 30 Rock.
30 Rock's slowly getting dethroned.
Hey, I mean, A tier is still very good.
I agree.
I mean, like S tier is elite. A tier is amazing.
Yes. Speaking of, I like that these two are next to each other. Everybody hates Chris and everybody loves Raymond.
Yeah.
This seems like a competition. I don't think I really watched Everybody Hates Chris. I think it would come on after a show that I watched.
Yeah.
On maybe it was Nick, one of those channels.
It was one of the, I remember seeing it like a little bit. I think like it was, on sometimes at like my grandma's house during like the daytime, but I don't really know what's going on there. Everybody Loves Raymond is a show I've seen a little bit, and all I can say is it's pretty boring. Like
I don't like it either, and my mom hates it. If it comes on for a second, she's like, get it off. Something about it makes her uncomfortable. So I have to side with her on this.
I think it's bottom of C.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it definitely, I would watch The Big Bang Theory before that. And I don't hate it as much as my mom does, but something about that show really, she feels in her heart.
What about Family Matters? Do you like Family Matters?
I feel like I watched some of that, probably Everybody Hates Chris, Family Matters. They all probably came on in succession, honestly. And I remember, I feel like it's sweeter to me than a typical sitcom. Like, I remember it being a lot nicer.
I liked the family a lot. I mean, Steve Urkel is such an iconic character too. Then I do like.
Yeah, I feel like just because of how iconic it is, it has to go up to the top.
Yeah, it's definitely like the lowest it could be is top of B, but I think it's probably I think it's probably an A tier.
Bottom
honestly.
Of A.
Yeah,
I think that's very true.
I
think that was also a pioneer for a lot of tropes.
I think so too. I really loved like the way that they use like the idea like Steve Urkel is like a genius. They like he cloned himself. Like that was a bit, and like I think that he got into like a love triangle with like his clone and somebody else. And like that's just so funny and like crazy. Like to me, like that's just like such a innovative like story arc for the 80s, right?
Yeah, that is. I didn't realize. I guess it is that old.
Yeah, or like late 80s, early 90s, something like that.
Still though,
like that and Full House were contemporaries. They would come on one right after the other, right when I got home from school as a youngin.
Do you want to go to Full House next?
Yeah, to me, I mean, it's got to be very close to Family Matters, but I think it's in B.
I agree. I'm not.
The characters are really charming, but nothing. It feels like just nothing really happens.
I couldn't agree more. I feel like every episode is the same, and they're all walking into different rooms of the house, and nothing interesting is going on.
Right.
And like the lesson at the end is always the same.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's the same show all the time.
Yeah. It's so funny because it reminds me of King of the Hill. What I'm realizing is we need to do an adult animation tier list.
I have many opinions on that. I've watched a lot more of that, I think, than every sitcom.
Yeah, I have a lot of opinions about it too. It'd be so funny because just like SSAS, it's all so good. But either way,
would we love?
Ultimately, like it's just like every episode is just like a Lifetime movie, basically, right?
It is,
and every Lifetime movie is an episode of Full House.
Well, Lifetime movies, you might be thinking Hallmark. Lifetime, somebody's dead, typically, or kidnapped, or
it's always our mom's dead, our wife's dead.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't know.
That is true.
I like Full House, though. I'm not like top of A. I'm not top of A, top of B.
I think that's fine. I'm kind of a hater, but I think top of B is fine.
You could put it below. You could put it at bottom of B. I'm not going to fight you on that.
Okay, that feels more appropriate to me. I just feel like it's boring and the same.
To me, I just want them to be. I wanted it to be next to Family Matters because it just makes so much sense to me.
Yeah, because it came on after Family Matters.
They're
so you
besties.
wanted to be after Family Matters.
Well, Full House came on before Family Matters.
Oh, right.
But I can't put it ahead of Family
Matters. Their
logos
logos are almost exactly the same when you look at it too. It's just yellow with a black outline.
Mm-hmm.
So that was not really creative.
Frasier, not a show that I'm super familiar with.
Me neither, but I think it's same kind of deal as Will and Grace in popularity. I would say it goes to the unknown, though.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I loved that
I love
show.
Fresh Prince, yeah.
That used to come on at night. So this is perfect to me that these two are together. I used to watch Fresh Prince at night on Nick at Night. And then typically I would, okay, this is just a side story about who I was as a child. I've never had any routines or had to be told to do anything because I prescribed them upon myself. I was like, I have to be in bed and going to sleep at 10 o'clock. And then I would watch a show and then I would go to sleep at 10:30.
You're so disciplined.
Yes. And if I didn't fall asleep by 10:30 by the time Fresh Prince was over and like I couldn't go to sleep and it would be 11 o'clock and I would hear George Lopez come on, which is very jarring when you're like already panicked, I would cry because I was like, I'm going to be tired tomorrow because I can't go to sleep. This is just who I am as an individual.
So like George Lopez is like a trigger for you?
Yeah. That song, I hate it. I hate it. Because it just tells me, Cece, you're up too late. You're going to have a bad day tomorrow. You're going to be tired. Meanwhile, I'm like 7 when this is happening.
Jesus.
So, yeah. Fresh Prince I love, though. Absolutely love that show. I think the family's adorable. I think
it goes above Family Matters.
I think it does, too. I think it was just a really wholesome, sweet show for its time.
George Lopez is pretty funny, though. I don't think it's like bad.
No, I don't think it's bad either. The bits that I have watched, I think were good. I just think that I have an unreasonable trauma response to the theme of the show.
I think it goes in between Community and Full House and B tier.
I think that makes sense.
How I Met Your Mother, such a popular show. I've never watched it.
I have watched all of it more than once.
Really?
Yes. I quite like How I Met Your Mother.
Tell me.
Also, one of the few celebrities that shares my birthday is the lead guy in How I Met Your Mother.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I love that for us. But I think it's a really good ensemble show. I think, like, we have a couple of them on here. They're mostly the single cam shows that are really on ensemble where I feel like you get to know everybody in kind of an equal way. But this is a straight sitcom that I think kind of did what kind of did what Friends was trying to do. Because when you think about it, it's 5 friends living in New York. A couple of them are roommates. Like, that's exactly what Friends did.
Funny
but
things
instead
happen
of
to them.
The coffee shop, they hang out at the bar. And I think it's just like much more realistic approach to what they were trying to do. Like, it feels more gritty and less like,
yeah,
I don't know. It doesn't have the things of Friends that I don't.
Yeah, and to my understanding, I think it's like like the frame story of it all is they're telling the story of things that happen at the bar, and so it gives it that kind of like fish story quality where it's like they're trying to make it larger than life and like more, crazy and hilarious than it may have actually been.
Well, yeah. I mean, so
I think that just makes for better TV.
Yeah, the whole thing is framed on, and you'll see like the same footage of these 2 children at the beginning of a lot of the episodes. It's like they probably recorded them looking for 10 minutes, but they're supposed to be his kids. And he's like telling them the story of how he met his mother. And he, of course, takes all of these detours to get to how he actually met them. But like Neil Patrick Harris, hilarious. Jason Segel, hilarious. Like, so many people on here are just so good on their own. And so
I have a hard time thinking that a show that ran for that long was bad too.
No, yeah. It ran for 9 seasons, so it hasn't run half of the time that It's Always Sunny has been on, which is crazy. But yeah, I think it was like 11 years that it was on. I think really, really great show. I think it deserves to go in S.
I will defer to you on that.
I think we can leave Arrested Development in front of it because you haven't seen it. I don't think it's necessarily better or worse because I think they're entirely different.
That makes sense to me.
But I think you would like How I Met Your Mother.
I may need a good empty calories show here. And
This
is a helpful exercise for me, really.
Yeah, give you something to watch.
Living Single is not a show I know.
I vaguely remember seeing it on TV, but I've never watched an entire episode of it.
I like the logo a lot. I think it should go at the top of unknown.
It looks like a shirt that I have.
Yeah, it does.
That you will see on next week's episode. So let me know what you think.
Married with Children is a show I've seen a little bit. It wasn't really my vibe.
All right. What do you think? C?
Bottom of C.
Perfect. Martin, I don't know what that is either. Do you know?
I've seen a couple episodes of it when I was a kid, but I don't really remember it.
Let's see. It says, Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
I remember it being like pretty good, but it's just like, not something I've seen a lot of.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Well, it came out in 1992 is when the first episode. Oh, it stopped
Really?
airing in 1997. It stopped airing about a month and a half after I was born. That is probably why I'm unfamiliar with it.
I was 5 years old when it happened.
Yeah, we might be we're too youthful.
A little out of our depth
end.
for that.
Yes. Okay, this last list of things, these are all of the sitcoms that I actually feel like I know something about.
I know a good bit about some of these, yeah.
talking out of whatever I could for the last couple, but these I know.
Modern Family is not a show I've seen, but one that I know my mom watches a lot of.
It is so good.
Yeah.
It is so. It gives you the same. Of course, it's that single cam style again. It gives you the same absurdity of The Office, while also like, I don't know, it's so much more heartwarming too. But I think the family aspect of it, like some of the children on this show are hysterical.
Yeah.
And I just think it's realistic for how a lot of people's families are.
Yeah, I do think that they kind of nailed the Modern Family, right?
Yeah. I feel like I can't articulate to you how actually funny some of this show is. A lot of these shows I like, and I'll tell you, are hilarious, and I do believe that. This is one of the few shows that I think I actually laugh while things are happening on the screen in front of me.
Sounds like you want to put it in S tier.
I think it deserves to be in S tier. Parks and Rec.
To me, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think it's a great one too.
I think to me, it's funnier than The Office. I like the characters so much more. It's so funny to think about how like they've all blown up since then, right? Like
they have, yeah.
Everyone who's in that show has gone on to be like a big actor, actress, performer somewhere else, right?
That is true. I didn't really think about it that way.
I thought the ending was really good.
I don't know if I ever stuck around for the ending. I think that I really liked the show. I think I fizzled out somewhere before the end.
I think it's fair.
Kind of like you did with Arrested Development.
Yeah. I think I've watched that whole show twice.
Nice.
Not in a long time, but so yeah, I mean, I think it's got to go in S tier.
All right, where do you think we should put it? I feel like we're battling now.
I mean, to me, it goes above the shows that I don't know, but it's just me. Where do you think it needs to go? I don't think it's better than Arrested Development.
I think.
You tell me where it goes in this morass with Modern Family and How I Met Your Mother.
I think I would put it
right there in the middle. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's fair because I have seen all of these and I think that's a reasonable place for it to go.
It sounded like Roseanne is a show that you've got strong feelings about.
I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I think it's boring and I don't particularly like Roseanne either.
Yeah. I like John Goodman. He was in that show.
I do like John Goodman.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
But I just think I would put it in D. I would put it above Friends still because I really dislike Friends that much.
Let's go.
But I hope you know I don't like this one either. So
get it out of here.
Goodbye.
Scrubs. I love Scrubs. It's so good.
Scrubs,
it's so funny.
Looking at this list, I grew up watching Seinfeld and Scrubs. Like that was what my parents had on all of the time.
You see, I didn't get into Seinfeld until I was like an adult.
Oh.
Like I watched the whole thing when I was like just streaming it and I love Seinfeld.
I see
to me,
Seinfeld episodes and remember my childhood.
To me, Seinfeld is like my favorite empty calories show.
I think Seinfeld could very well be the best sitcom of all time. I could put it at the top.
I do. I like it more than The Office. I think that the low points for Seinfeld are, kind of few and far between.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad about it if you want to put it at the top of S tier.
I think it's just so good.
Yeah.
So I
do you
think
have a favorite episode?
Deserves to be there. Oh my God. Do I have a favorite episode? There's so many. The puffy shirt is one of my favorite. Yeah. The chocolate babka episode is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I like that. I just love Costanza. I just love how he goes from being like destitute to like having great jobs and then back down to being destitute.
He can do anything.
He can't talk to women. He's just like me, for real.
I love the episode where they all start eating the Snickers with a fork and knife. I love that one. To try to be fancy.
Elaine's so funny too.
She is Elaine. So iconic. Oh my God. I feel like I could go on and on about this forever. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of the best shows.
Yeah.
Period.
Scrubs is pretty perfect too, though.
And
It's
they're bringing
really good.
back Scrubs.
Yeah, I've heard that it's already like the revival is already out.
And I think that's a wonderful and beautiful thing. I think Scrubs also deserves to be in this tier.
Yeah.
But I don't know where to put it.
I think Scrubs goes right under Arrested Development.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I'm glad we're on the same page there.
So I feel like
Sex and the City does not feel like a sitcom to me.
No, it feels more like a drama.
Yeah, it's a dramedy, I would think, because there's definitely a lot of a comedy show. This is the other show that was on in my house. This is why I turned out this way. I was watching Seinfeld and Sex and the City during my developmental years.
I was watching SpongeBob.
Yeah, my mom thought SpongeBob was annoying. She was like, "No, you can watch Sex and the City if you want, but SpongeBob is annoying."
So good. SpongeBob, S for SpongeBob. That's where he would go on the tier list.
Well, okay. Well, he's not here. I hate to tell you. So,
well, S for Sex in the City. Like, is that how it's going down?
I think so. I love
Really?
Sex in the City. I love this show. But the thing about it is I really don't consider it to be a sitcom. I guess in some ways it is, but because they do have things that happen to them in every episode, like kind of in this sitcom style.
Mm-hmm.
But it really is like when it's funny, it's hilarious, but it's not always funny.
Yeah.
And a lot of it does have to carry from one episode to another. Like you would probably be a little bit confused if you dropped in the middle.
Yeah, it does seem like it's a much more involved storyline.
Yeah, so I just feel like it doesn't belong here, but I love it.
I mean, I think that would mean if you want to put it in S, it would have to go at the bottom of S.
I agree. I think at the end of Modern Family, it's like a fun honorable mention, but it just doesn't belong here.
Exactly. It's a little out of place.
Yeah. Did you watch Sister Sister?
No, but I remember it was on when I was...
Sister.
It had a
Gotta
fun
know
theme
how
song.
much I miss ya. Yeah.
I remember that would come on around the same time as Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Loved that one,
That was
too.
a good one.
Yeah. I loved Sister. I thought it was so funny.
Yeah?
I think... It was, I watched it when I was a kid though. So like it was a perfect kid sitcom. I don't know what it's like as a grown up, but I really liked it. I think I would put it under Fresh Prince.
Yeah. A tier.
Yeah. I liked it a lot.
I liked that 70s show a lot.
I did too.
A
A lot has happened with the cast of that 70s show since that 70s show has ended.
Yeah.
I'm going to, for the scientific integrity of this tier list, I'm not going to consider that. I will simply consider how good the show actually was, which I loved.
Yeah.
I watched it several times.
When it was funny, it was hilarious.
Mhm.
I liked the way that it is like a cultural piece. You know, we're looking at all the stuff in the 70s and stuff like that. Red Foreman. Who doesn't love Red Foreman?
Iconic. I love
Hilarious.
Kitty Foreman.
I love Kitty. Yeah.
I love her. I think they did a spinoff of the show too. Have you seen anything about that? They did that 90s show.
That 90s show.
with
I
their,
remember
like,
hearing about
grandkid.
it, but it didn't interest me enough. To me, that's one I think they could have probably just left.
It didn't have the same spark. I watched the first couple of episodes and it felt more like it was for middle schoolers. Like not even just for younger people. Like it felt like it was too young for some of the younger people.
Interesting.
So, but I think that 70 show is an incredible.
Yeah. I will say, I think that there were times when it was very unfunny.
Yeah.
I think that the lows were pretty low there, but I did like a lot of the characters. Like, I think it's an A. Like,
I think so too.
I think it's no lower than the top of B. I would probably let's put it under Sister Sister.
Okay. Yeah, Sister was really good. Tia and Tamara Mori, love them. 2.5 Men, our final one. I'm going to be honest. I love 2.5 Men. And they still play it a lot now.
It's pretty funny.
And Charlie Sheen
Hilarious.
was hilarious.
Yeah.
And listen, I love a little bit of crazy. That's part of what the entertainment is.
Yeah.
But also the way that when he did actually have some issues with the tiger blood and whatever was going on with him and they kicked him off of the show. The fact that they just like replaced his position in the story with Ashton Kutcher, but like they were still all living in the house together, but Ashton Kutcher bought the house. Like none of that really lined up. Everybody's just like, okay, well, this is how it's going now.
Yeah, but it was still able to go for a while.
The thing is it was still so funny that everybody just kind of overlooked how that didn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I think 2.5 Men goes in A as well. I think because it's early, I don't know. I'd maybe put it in 30 Rock.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I think that that's just an all-around very funny show.
So another thing that I like to do on my tier list, first of all, I think we did a pretty good job.
I think
I'm
so
pretty
too.
happy with all this.
Yeah, I agree.
But if you had a chance right now to change one thing, if you could pick somebody up and move them somewhere else on the tier list, let's say that I cannot go and move it back either.
Mm-hmm.
Would you make a drastic move? Do you feel so strongly that something needs to be somewhere else?
Yeah. I would move up the Big Bang Theory, I think.
You can do it.
I think I would put it, if I can put it anywhere I want to put it. I'd probably put it up here.
Ooh. Maybe I shouldn't have given you that much power.
Yeah, and for your move, you want to move it back down. It's just like, it's such a good nothing show.
I mean,
I challenge you to go back and watch The Big Bang Theory again.
I wasn't always a hater.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's the thing, man. When I start hating, I
can't stop.
I stay mad. So I'm not, no, I don't think that's, yeah, that's fine.
I just feel like it was just so popular and good. I would maybe.
I think, and it was like such a big like cultural moment.
It
like,
was.
a lot of like everybody loved it.
They still air it now too.
Yeah.
Watch it on HBO Max, and I will say that I have.
And it's the Bare Naked Ladies did the theme song. You know, who doesn't like them? I'm gonna move 30 Rock into S tier.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put it right next to Parks and Rec.
I think that's reasonable. I think that makes sense, and we're both happy.
What a treat.
This was fun. This was a good idea.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that tier list is something that we could definitely like do some more of. We just gotta go into like the think tank and really like come up with some more good ideas. I really like the idea of an adult animation tier list.
I think we have to do it.
I could jaw on about that for a long time.
Me too. I feel like I didn't realize how much adult animation I have consumed until you mentioned it, and I was like, what would I even talk about? And I was like,
we could spend 20 minutes just talking about
Bob's
Burgers.
Yeah, we probably could.
And how Futurama's better.
I did like Futurama.
I love Futurama.
Family Guy, American Dad. You know what I haven't seen though? The Simpsons.
Oh, Simpsons.
My mom also thought that was annoying. I think she has a thing with yellow characters on the TV. SpongeBob, The Simpsons. She was not into it.
I've got a lot of thoughts about The Simpsons too, but I guess you're going to have to wait for that episode.
For another one. Yeah, and you can listen to me talk about how much I love Bob's Burgers for 20 minutes. I thought about getting a Bob's Burgers tattoo. That's how much I enjoy that show.
I think Bob's Burgers tattoos are very good.
Yeah, but we have to find something that's not so obvious.
That's it for this dive. Thanks for being here. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at wavestream.media. And if you want a podcast like this one, or totally not like this one, visit our website, wavestream.media. See you soon.